After watching this, your confusion will finally make sense. Not because someone validated your feelings, but because the pattern becomes visible. Most men feel that something is off in modern dating, but they're told to ignore it, to adapt, to do better, to communicate more, to try harder. Yet the harder they try, the worse the results become. That's not coincidence. The woman sitting across from you today is not the same kind of woman your grandfather married. This isn't about nostalgia or bitterness. It's about structural change, behavioral change, psychological change. The operating system has been rewritten. Your grandfather entered a relationship market built on complementary roles. Expectations were balanced by responsibilities. Contribution was assumed on both sides. Men were expected to provide and lead. Women were expected to nurture, support, and build a home. You could debate fairness, but the exchange was clear. That system no longer exists. Today, expectations remain. Responsibilities do not. Modern men are still expected to provide stability, income, emotional safety, leadership, and direction. But the idea of reciprocal contribution has been quietly removed. Presence alone is often framed as enough. Effort is optional. Accountability is negotiable. And men feel the imbalance instinctively. You notice it when effort no longer creates attraction, when sacrifice no longer produces appreciation, when giving more somehow results in being valued less. This creates cognitive friction. You are taught that effort equals reward, that kindness creates connection, that commitment builds loyalty. But reality contradicts those lessons repeatedly. That contradiction doesn't mean you're failing. It means the rules changed. Ask a modern woman what she expects from a man, and you'll get a clear answer. Confidence, financial stability, height, emotional intelligence, leadership, presence, ambition, consistency. These expectations are specific and non-negotiable. Now ask what she believes she should consistently contribute in return. The answer is vague. Emotional availability, good energy, support when she feels like it. This is not individual selfishness. It's cultural conditioning. Social media trained women to compare upward, constantly. Validation became endless. Attention became currency. Being chosen was reframed as entitlement rather than outcome. As a result, expectations inflated while practical competence quietly declined. This shift didn't make women evil. It made them disconnected from reality, and it left men trapped between outdated standards and modern consequences. Men are still judged traditionally. Women are no longer required to be. This creates a market where imbalance feels normal, frustration feels personal, and silence is enforced through shame. If you notice the problem, you're called insecure. If you question it, you're labeled bitter. If you walk away, you're told you're afraid. But awareness isn't fear. Awareness is pattern recognition. This video is not about blaming women. It's about explaining why so many men feel exhausted, confused, and disillusioned. When expectations rise without contribution, systems collapse. When accountability disappears, resentment grows. When men are told to endlessly adapt without boundaries, self-respect erodes. You're not broken. You're not outdated. You're not imagining it. You're observing a market that no longer rewards the rules you were taught. And until you understand that, nothing else will make sense.
Once you see the imbalance, the next question is unavoidable. How did it get this way? This didn't happen overnight, and it didn't happen by accident. Modern dating dynamics are the result of long-term conditioning, not individual failure. Most women didn't consciously decide to expect more while contributing less. They were trained into it. The primary driver is validation inflation. For the first time in history, average women receive attention, praise, and affirmation at a scale previously reserved for celebrities. Social media removes scarcity. Likes, messages, compliments, and options are unlimited. When validation becomes constant, it stops being earned and starts being assumed. This rewires perception. When attention arrives without effort, effort feels unnecessary. When approval is guaranteed, accountability feels optional. Over time, expectations detach from reality because nothing corrects them. In earlier generations, social feedback was immediate and local. If someone failed at basic adult competence, it was visible. If they contributed little, it was noticed. If they had unrealistic expectations, reality corrected them quickly. Today, feedback loops are artificial. Algorithms reward confidence, not competence. Visibility replaces value. This creates a distorted self-image. Many modern women genuinely believe their presence alone is sufficient contribution. Not because they're malicious, but because nothing in their environment contradicts that belief. Every platform reinforces it. Every narrative supports it. Every comparison pushes expectations higher. At the same time, responsibility has been reframed as oppression. Cooking is framed as servitude. Supporting a partner is framed as emotional labor. Accountability is framed as control. But male obligations remain intact. Men are still expected to provide stability, still expected to absorb emotional volatility, still expected to initiate, plan, protect, and lead. The traditional burden was never removed. It was simply no longer reciprocated. This asymmetry creates exhaustion. Men feel like they're carrying weight with no counterbalance. And when they express that fatigue, they're told the problem is their attitude, that they need to be more empathetic, more patient, more evolved. But evolution doesn't mean self-erasure. Healthy systems require balance. When one side continuously extracts while the other compensates, collapse is inevitable. Another factor is emotional absolutism. Modern dating culture teaches that feelings are facts. If something feels wrong, it is wrong. If someone feels offended, accountability shifts instantly. Logic becomes irrelevant. Context disappears. Emotional states override responsibility. This makes conflict resolution impossible. Instead of addressing behavior, conversations revolve around feelings. Instead of solving problems, partners manage emotional reactions. Stability becomes boring. Calm becomes suspicious. Drama becomes proof of passion. Men are not equipped for this environment because they were taught responsibility, not indulgence. When every emotion must be validated, boundaries are interpreted as rejection. When standards are enforced, they're labeled control. This trains men to suppress expectations rather than express them. Over time, this creates learned resignation. Men stop asking, stop expecting, stop demanding reciprocity, not because they're satisfied, but because resistance feels pointless. This is how self-respect erodes quietly, not through one dramatic betrayal, but through thousands of small compromises that never get acknowledged. Men adapt by lowering expectations instead of raising standards, because confrontation carries social penalties. But adaptation without boundaries is not strength. It's slow depletion. Understanding this context matters because it shifts blame away from personal inadequacy and towards systemic imbalance. You're not failing because you're insufficient. You're struggling because the environment rewards imbalance and punishes clarity. And until you see that clearly, you'll keep trying to fix yourself for a problem that was never yours alone. Hey guys, are you tired of feeling like you're losing yourself in relationships? Always trying to be the nice guy, only to end up feeling disrespected or taken for granted. It's a tough world out there, and modern dating can feel like a game where the rules are constantly changing. But what if I told you the most powerful move you can make is to stop playing altogether and start living by your own rules? This isn't about becoming cold or distant. It's about building unshakable self-respect. It starts with knowing your worth and setting clear boundaries. Stop chasing and start attracting. A high-value partner is drawn to a man who has a purpose, who enjoys his own company, and who isn't afraid to be alone. Your alone time isn't a weakness. It's where you build your strength, your skills, and your peace of mind. Think about it. Who you choose to spend your time with is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Don't settle for someone who drains your energy or makes you question your value. Choose a partner who complements your life, not complicates it. Someone who respects your boundaries because she has her own. So, take a step back. Focus on your mission, your fitness, your finances. Become the man you want to be for yourself first. When you build a life you love, the right person won't just fit into it. They'll be drawn to it. You won't have to sacrifice your dignity for companionship. You'll command respect without saying a word. If this message resonates with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building a stronger you. Thanks for watching.